Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to As Far As the Eye. I just love the vibe of this game, man. Just like this screen and this music and the ambient like bird noises and stuff. It's just lovely. Alright, let's get in here and try to maybe do a slightly better job for this poor tribe. Oh hey, look at this. They added symbols that show whether things are locked or unlocked. Lovely. So, South Tribe, once again, we are going to do a better job of specializing particularly on stone. It seems to be the case, based on our experience with the West and South Tribes, that stone is, the various types of stone and ore, are often the rarest resource. So, I think we need to make sure that we have our stone or ore income figured out as early on as possible. We're learning slowly. Okay, so we can see a little bit ahead. That's unknown, but we can be planning a little bit. So let's start with this. So 300 rations, 75 ore, 120 wool. This looks very doable. Actually, so does that. Okay, so I think I would prefer to go to either this big rainforest halt or this small fertile land halt. And then that's a little harsh. So it has different costs to arrive here from all of the different places. Interesting. So from the big rainforest halt, it is 600 wool and 270 wood. And from the small fertile lands, just 300 spices and herbalist 2. Alright, let's plan to go this way, because that seems very doable. Unfortunately, we can't really know how dangerous this route's going to be, but I think we're making a reasonable decision with the information we have. Alright, let's check out the tribe. So first of all, we got a great big aura plant right away. These look super cool as well. What is our... I guess we can't really see what our tribe is until we've settled down, huh? And they added an indicator for exactly what your resource expenditure will be at the end of the turn, which I also really appreciate, actually. I guess let's move up to this hill. That'll cost exactly all of our movement for the turn. See if we can't get a little bit more information. So we have trees that way. We don't see pepkins at all, huh? Okay, there's some here. Interesting. And there's some over there. Alright, let's go this way. Not a lot of trees to work with here, it looks like. Tons and tons of pepkins, though. Let's hope that is also the case over here. Okay, we have some fine game and some normal game. I'm a little worried here that we may not be able to find a spot. Okay, this is probably good enough. We got pepkins, we got trees. Let's put down right here, I guess. I moved in a slightly inefficient way there and cost us a turn. Hopefully it won't mean that much. Alright. Oh, and the bow colors are down here now. That's nice. We probably shouldn't have two people whose bows are so light in color. Vivam, congratulations, you've been promoted to orange bow. Okay. So let's see what our people are like. We got a new Pili. When this pupil dies, another shows up with no trade and new random traits, and you are already a pretty solid trapper. Vivam, who can only have one specialized trade and is a solid cook. So we want to make sure that we don't get any points of anything other than cooking early on here. We might try to... We're headed toward fertile lands, and I don't exactly know what these titles mean, but we can see on here a cereals tile. So we might want to try to become good at baking this time. We can have our cook lean into bakery. We certainly have enough places to grow stuff down here. Taifu cannot harvest spices. You are allergic to spices. And you are a stone gatherer. That's a nice thing to have at the start. And then we have also another cook. And Chuki will use one housing even when not working. That's a bummer. Alright, so we started with 3 housing. There's an indicator up here for this. We do have to resolve that problem. We have a pack beast real close. Chuki may as well go and gather the pack beast. And then we don't have anybody who's especially good at movement. So it kind of doesn't matter who we use to scout. We want to have somebody start gathering wood immediately. One of the two cooks is just gonna... One of the two people who started with cooking expertise is going to have to not be a cook, because we just don't need two cooks. It's probably going to be Chuki. I don't know that it particularly matters who it is, honestly. It's probably going to be Chuki. I've decided arbitrarily. I guess just scout. Yeah, I guess let's just fan out. Fan out and go get information. Have you come down here, I suppose. This is nice. This is handy. Oh, did somebody get to where they were going already? Oh, you can't go where I told you to go. I guess go find this out. Okay, it was an empty tile anyway. Oh, wait, sorry. You are the one I meant to assign to this. Blue. Blue, go do this instead. Okay, yeah, I guess map it all out. We have a little bit of time here where we can afford to be perhaps a little bit less aggressive with getting our resources online than usual. So what do we need? We're going to need a whole bunch of spices. We're going to need an herbalist. Okay. So you could be our herbalist, I suppose. Yeah, that doesn't seem terrible. We don't have any more pack beasts to pick up, so I guess this is the time to start gathering wood. Oh, a bunch of my scouts have reached the end of their stuff. Okay, so what do we want to come out of here with? We'd like to come out of here with a mobile farm. What is that building called? A mobile... Okay, it is called a farm. Alright, so we're going to need some wool. We're going to need some stone. How many of these buildings can we reasonably make mobile? That one's not too expensive. Okay, the mobile quarry requires wool. The mobile pasture requires stone. Let's maybe go for a permanent quarry. Because it ends up being the case that, like, everything requires wool, doesn't it? Mobile everything requires wool. I guess mobile everything requires stone, too. Yeah, there's almost nothing that doesn't require stone. We do want to set up a mobile bakery, though, and that doesn't require stone. A permanent bakery does. So yeah, I think we want a mobile pasture, which means we want a permanent quarry. That's going to be the order we get things done in. So this is our next goal. Get 100 wood, build a permanent quarry. And also remember to have everybody do work. You know what? Honestly, just help with the wood. Also you... Here, we can get this whole back revealed real soon here. You know what? Go ahead and check out the remains. Alright, all of our permanent buildings were damaged. Vivam descends into the ruins deep underground, a succession of huge, cold rooms filled with impressive arcades and columns holding the ceiling up. Suddenly, a little squeaking noise draws Vivam's attention. A little lizard clambers up their poncho and tickles their legs. Vivam takes the time to play a little with the lizard and starts running after it, chasing it through room after room, and colliding with a column that starts leaning. Oh, this isn't just a thing we wandered into. Vivam caused this. As Vivam looks on, wincing, the column falls against another column, which starts to fall against another. Alright, well, minimal consequences. You're lucky. Alright, so a thing we're going to want to do shortly after that, or maybe even before. Oh, no, not before, because we need to get the wool in order to build the camp. We want to make this camp happen pretty quickly. So we could have you just go gather pepkins right now, just to make sure that we will have some. I think I'm actually just going to go super hard on wood, though. And then Taifu, sadly, you don't really get to do anything. I guess just come back here and hang out? So where will we put the quarry? We should put Taifu wherever the quarry is going to be. The quarry is going to be down here somewhere. Probably right there. Yeah, so I guess just hang out in this tile. Until we get you all set. I guess, actually, we're probably... Well, this is fine. We won't have a camp until after we have our harvest hut, right? Alright, so one more load of wood comes back. We don't have anybody who is a builder. So, who's going to be the builder? Who among us is going to build? I guess it could be you. We're not going to need a trapper all of the time. Alright, let's have you return your load of resources and then build us a permanent quarry. And then probably you become the idle one after that's done. Let's get over there and start doing that thing. You just return home. Alright, so we do need stone for the, we don't need stone for this. We're also going to need 50 ore, so I guess we should set up a permanent quarry as well. Are you just starting to work? You are returning resources. Okay. Alright, so you do that. I'm going to have you unspecialize. You... Wait, did I not do that correctly? Oh, sorry. Chuki is the one who is always working. Never mind. We'll have you take a little break. Oh, sorry. You take a little break. There we go. Okay, so that you can build us a mine. So that's ore there. There's this ore here. I think it's probably going to be here. Although I guess if I'm going to build it anywhere... Oh, well, there's ore and stone there. Wow, there's a lot of stone on this map, actually. I didn't realize how much there was. I'm going to put it right here. That's only 200 ore. That's 600. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to put it here, I guess. I don't know, it probably doesn't matter too much. Alright, don't worry too much about that. Oh, you finished building, is why. Okay, so now we need somebody to gather the ore. Does it matter who it is? Probably not really. I guess it shouldn't be Vivum. Vivum should be trying not to do too much other stuff. Alright, and then once we have 50 ore, is it? 40, okay. So right now, you can stop doing this and instead build us a mobile pasture. And for right now, I think we put it here, right? And we are a little more than halfway through our food. And I guess you'll be our grower, too? Okay, so we are on our way to our camp. Camp requires 2 harvest cycles of wool. We are really going through these wood tiles quickly, huh? Alright, so now you will expand. I guess we don't actually have a tile adjacent to the caravan where we can set up camp without destroying a resource. I guess we'll push the fine meat off. There's no universe where we are going to be able to harvest this fine meat. Alright, now having built a camp on our only pack beast means we are going to have pretty limited carrying capability for the next biome, which is a shame. Alright, let's talk about what's up next. We want a farm. A mobile farm is not too expensive. It's certainly not out of reach. I mean, we could have you do other stuff for a while. We just have to make sure you don't reach specialization on any of it. I'm going to do this with you, and Vivam's just going to gather pepkins, I think, because we need to make sure that we're going to be okay on food. A friendly caravan has shown up. You know, take a little break. Stoli and Herbalist 3 is willing to join if I give them 50 pepkin. I would like an Herbalist 3. That seems lovely, actually. And we are gathering pepkins right now. We could make this happen. We would need housing. And that first camp upgrade is very much within reach. Yeah, I think we're going for that. So you just need to keep up for a minute. Just stay with them until this is done. Actually, we're going to need two poles, aren't we? I guess just get over here. We'll try to predict where they're going. Oh, wrong way, apparently. Fortunately, the area they've decided to move through is, like, very expensive to move around in. Okay, you've got the stuff. We gotta wait one more turn. And now I'm a little worried. Like, we're gonna get real low on food. Okay. Welcome aboard. We can do this immediately. What's the deal with our new pupil? New pupil is a level 3 herbalist who gets lots of XP. Cool. Your job is to gather pepkins. Sorry, it's not exactly exciting, but... Alright. Do we want you on this, actually, or do we want you gathering ore? We probably actually want to bump you over to ore. We have enough stone for whatever upgrades we might pursue in the immediate future. So... what is the wool cost of the farm again? My memory is so bad. 120, so we're just waiting on that. Yeah. Okay. Now, it's worth noting, you actually can't get Specialist XP for, by gathering pepkins from the caravan. Because we could keep Vivam on pepkin and wood gathering from the caravan without ever bleeding into any of the danger zones. Yeah, food's getting a little scary. A little tiny bit scary. Alright, we can probably chill out on the wood thing for a minute. I think I'm going to have you also gather pepkins, because I'm very nervous about food. We are eating 30 food per turn right now, and we have basically no stockpile. Okay. We have enough wool for the farm. The farm by itself obviously does not produce food. The bakery is going to require an additional 100 wool, so I guess we should keep gathering wool until we hit 220 and then build these things back to back. And then we can start getting a better food cycle going. And we're going to need ore for that. Okay, there it is. So, let's build ourselves a mobile farm. It doesn't actually matter where we do this, probably. I guess just pick the one that has the largest amount of the resource on it. They're all the same. Yeah, okay. I guess this one's slightly less awkward to get to from the caravan. And that makes mining more efficient now, too, because this tile is no longer being worked by the grower. Alright, and then you want to put up a mobile bakery, which can just go kind of anywhere. And then we're out of wood again. You know, this early setup phase, it's tricky. You go through a lot of resources really quickly. Okay. Builder 3 already. So. We want you... No, wait, not you. We want you to become the cook. Do we have any feelings on who we want to become the farmer? Not really, right? Probably not you. We want the farmer to be somebody who doesn't want to ever go do anything else. We need our builder to be mobile. So... It could be Chuki, I guess. I think we want to keep our stone miner on stones. Yeah, it'll be you. Go forth and gather the cereals. Oh, right, and you should probably just go get us some wood, I guess. We are definitely going to need more wood. Alright, once that first load of cereals comes in, then we'll assign our cook to actually cooking. A friendly caravan has arrived. Hey, Pili, why don't you go say hi to them? And you should go and make bread. This also allows us to just upgrade our pepkins, which I guess is interesting. We should probably figure out which thing we want Vivam to be best at. You know what, let's do this. The cereals have no other value to us. The pepkins are still just food. Okay, I don't think we should take on another person. They could just give us knowledge, or... I wish this said how many points of knowledge it was, so that we could compare it a little better to this. But also, I don't think we can take this. So, thank you very much for your help. Back to wood gathering. So we have a lot of knowledge now. How do we want to spend it? What are the things that we care about early on? Honestly, this is probably... I think this is pretty high up there. We are probably going to want to wait a little bit on that, though, because we are so desperate for food. How many people do we have gathering pepkins right now? 1? But the cook is now cooking. I think we'll be fine if we just buy it now, and I'm going to forget, is my concern. Why I'm even considering it. Yeah, and then we'll figure out more stuff later. See, we're good. Everything's fine. My goal this game is to have nobody starve. I know it's a lofty one. Alright, so we need wood and wool. We might want to have our stonemason chill out on this a little bit. Where are you at as far as harvest points go? Yeah, we might want to pull you for wood gathering. Let's deliver one more load of ore here. But I don't think we need the ore badly enough, and we do need the wood quite badly. Because we need to stockpile while continuing to spend it for cooking. Alright, we are just barely keeping pace on food. I think the 200 rations we're going to get when we unpack the caravan at the next site is actually going to be super helpful and very relevant. Right, I'm going to have Pili do that, and then we're going to pull Pili back over to the pasture. I want to get to 225, and then we can start making other decisions from there. Okay, that's not a big deal. There is more wool adjacent. The pepkins, yeah, also not a big deal. We got lots of pepkins nearby. We're about to have mosquitoes. Mosquitoes shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, there's only a couple of bog tiles nearby, and we're not working any of them. Okay, so that was the last wood tile within 2 spaces of the caravan, which is a little awkward. We could set up a sawmill. We could build ourselves an advanced, a mobile sawmill, maybe. Because that's a thing that'll be useful to have in general. What would the resources for that be? Very doable, in fact. So we'll go to 285 wool, and then we'll build one of these, and that'll ease some things and also help out later. Okay, do not bog. Got it. Malfunction. A building is partially collapsed and is out of order until repaired. That's not ideal, but we can live through that. That will not be a big deal. Okay, which one? It's the... Oh! It's an important one! Fix that. Okay, cool. Now back to cooking, because we are a little desperate for food still. At least we're starting to accumulate some pepkins. We needed 285, right? Yeah, so, alright. Keep at it. That's a real shame. A fire is about to occur. Okay, so a random building will catch fire. That's probably not a big deal. I'm assuming the way we determined Eternal Beginner worked based on last time, I'm assuming that we have already locked in that Baker is the one job that we can be specialized in. But I'll feel a lot more comfortable once we've actually locked in a rank of Baker. And not just because of the extra food efficiency. Alright, so you are going to build us a mobile sawmill. What would be the best spot? I mean, this is pretty good. Oh, right here. That's definitely it. Alright, and that should get us some engineer points, right? Because you were at Builder 3 already? Yeah, nice. I think I like engineer a lot. Architect, I like this. I like a reduction in repair costs down at the first rank of architect. Alright, so when we press the button here, we're going to get a fire. I'm just going to have you sort of move to a central location. You are going to go and repair the fire. Okay. Well, we'll probably have to be repaired following the fire. Okay, that is our permanent quarry. I don't know that we care all that much, actually. So I don't think we need any more stone right now. Yeah, I'm not going to stress about that. Okay, what do we want you to do then, for the moment? I really want you to just go over here and start harvesting from this. So we carry wood in stacks of 300. We're going to pay 180 upon leaving here. So we can gather quite a bit more wood. I might actually want Pili to just go gather more wool. Wool is certainly useful. It would be nice to have some wool at the next site. I think that is, in fact, what we will do. And if this burns down, it burns down. I kind of don't care. Oh, we ran out of food. What does the upgrade do here? If adjacent to a water point, pupil removes 25% less resources from the hex per full yield, and the hex is immune to drought. That seems really good. And then this just makes the bonus happen no matter what. Okay, interesting. So, are any of the other... No, none of the other cereal fields are adjacent to water, unfortunately. Well, that one is. I guess we could take this bonus and work it down here. We certainly don't need those pepkins for anything. I think at this point, I believe Pilly will not get resources for setting up the building again because we set the building up already once here. So I think you can just go and unpack that. Wait, do we have a... Did we start with an already packed camp? I think we did. I just didn't even... It didn't even occur to me. Alright, so 41 turns until the earthquake. Each turn, permanent structures suffer damage. Honestly, this isn't even necessarily that big of a deal. So you're not doing anything right now. And won't be for several turns. What could I have you help with? I guess pepkin gathering for a little bit? Right, because it's going to take like 5 turns to set up the building. Yeah. Alright, this turn. Go back to bread baking. And you work on this, and we will totally buy this upgrade. I think that's definitely worth having. That's super helpful. What about the bakery? Where do we get... All baker's recipes are unlocked for all pupils in this building, and plus 20% production of rations if 2 pupils are working in the building. Hold on. Is that a thing you can do? I thought it was the case that it was always only one person could work in a tile. Maybe the buildings are different? No, not generally. Okay, so I guess when we buy this upgrade, maybe it makes that possible. I don't necessarily think that this is worth spending the resources on. Yeah. Okay, one thing I definitely do want to spend some resources on, now that I'm thinking about it, is backpacks. If we're going to be carrying wool and potentially carrying grain, we will definitely have use for these backpacks. So let's get at least one of those for the wool. And then, like, we probably won't have any grain to carry because we probably will cook all of it. So I guess a second backpack might not actually be useful. Alright, so is everybody doing things that are valuable? Do we want to try to set any more buildings up before we leave? Do I think we have the room for it? Probably not. If we were going to set up another mobile building, it would probably be either a quarry or a mine, just so that we could get started on those things easily. But I don't know that we have the carrying space. Like, what do we have? What do we have mobile right now? The pasture is mobile. What are the upgrades here? Pupils working in this building no longer need to leave it to harvest. That seems pretty good. Plus 20% yield. Plus 1 wood per turn for every adjacent forest in Jolu. Yo, that's awesome. So we do, in fact, have enough ore to just buy both of these upgrades right now. I think we're going to take those. That seems really, really good. The quarry did not burn down. Hooray. We got the upgrade we need for you. I'm trying to make sure that we're actually, like, pursuing our building upgrades when it makes sense. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mobile buildings to bring with us, and we don't have a pack animal. We probably shouldn't build another one. So I think at this point we're probably just making resources, making supplies to bring. So we could go as high as 525 wool and 480 wood without needing any additional carrying space for either of those things. Obviously, it's also beneficial to us to just get XP. Let's move the harvest hut, the grower thing. I don't really want to have to interact with this thing at all. pack this up, and then Pili, go build it somewhere else. And yeah, we totally started with a camp, apparently, so, oops. Yeah, just put it right here. Well, now we know we have room for lots of pupils. Oh right, you didn't actually start gathering. Okay, who are you? Taifu is our stone gatherer. So, I mean, we probably will not have Taifu be wood gathering all the time, but we don't need stone or ore all the time, so it's probably reasonable for Taifu to be getting that XP. What is this one? Each pupil not working in harvest production or construction becomes ill. We should all be fine, then. Let's just continue to gather resources and XP here. I would love to go to the next halt with some amount of rations built up in addition to everything else. I don't know how viable that's going to turn out to be because we really are eating our way through this stuff very quickly. Also, the longer we stay here and keep working, the more knowledge we're gathering as well, which obviously is hugely beneficial. And I don't think we care about the earthquake. We will not lose anything that anybody's actually working from right now. Yeah, we might stick around through the earthquake. Then again, we're hitting those thresholds of carrying. Do I think that we're going to get a lot of benefit from continuing to build here? Well, knowledge. Knowledge is the major benefit. Both actual knowledge and experience points. It's 550 to increase our carry structure. What do we get every time we return a load? Like 15? Alright, sacred sites are no longer of any use to the pupils. Don't care. A spiritual feast is not a thing we are afraid of. We are at some point going to run out of pepkins to harvest. And in fact, well no, there's another tile that's just as far away as this one. And that tile still has a ton of resources on it as well. Okay. Vivom has become Baker level 1. Hooray! My guess is we're probably not going to find a lot of reason to make game pie when we could instead make pepkin cake. And I think you should probably switch over to that recipe right now, right? Oh, sorry, not you. You! So this is 24 units of food becomes 59, whereas this was 20 becomes 50. I mean, the difference is not very significant. It does let us potentially build up some cereals to take with us, though, which definitely has some benefit if we want to build another backpack, because cereals is a thing that will fit in a backpack. Okay, earthquake. Pretty sure we're cool. I like the idea that all of the mobile buildings are immune to the earthquake because they're all on balloons and they're just hovering above the ground. Alright, we are running out of exploitable resources in some areas, though. Like, how much longer do we want to stick around? We have 22 turns before the halt is flooded. I'm pretty sure that you don't, like, carry over leftover time to the next halt. Like, we will not have more time on the next halt if we leave now than we would if we leave in 20 turns. So I think for the moment, yeah, just keep working. If we wanted to grab Another level of backpack, it would be 250. And we probably don't want to skip out on picking up this. So yeah, we're not going to get to 800 knowledge. That's not going to happen. We will just grab higher. But it's good to have everybody level up as much as possible here. I think this has gone really well, this first halt. Alright, so we can afford this now. How many more turns? 10 turns before the halt is flooded. We are definitely food positive right now. There's not really any reason for us to leave until we absolutely have to. We are resource positive in every direction. We are just accumulating knowledge and experience. Peely is now a herder, level 1. Hooray! Knowledge or wool? We probably aren't going to end up needing all that much more wool, is my feeling. So honestly, maybe we want to take the knowledge. Like, obviously we will need more wool for a couple of mobile buildings and for repairs. But like, we're never going to be starving for it, and it's never going to be a crisis resource. So we might want to go this way. Harvest slowly and thoughtfully. Alright, so I think all of our permanent buildings are down now. Alright, we are playing it all the way to the edge. And even with the lower rate of cereal consumption, it's very hard for our farmer to keep up. Yeah, man. We might actually want to get a second farmer. Okay, now we should leave. Let's go ahead and go. Alright, so we have a fair amount of wool. Let's figure out these buildings. What is going to be the best way to take advantage of these shapes? So if we put you down... These two kind of fit together. That's not amazing. It does give us some room to carry some things. So, like, we could do this. Put a whole bunch of food in here. Definitely want to carry over a lot of this wood. Do we need pepkins? Debating pepkins versus rations here. I guess there's no benefit to taking rations over taking pepkins. In fact, we should always take pepkins if we can, right? Because it's not like rations eat any more effectively, but the pepkins we're using as part of a recipe. And then the question is, could we rearrange things here in such a way that we could grab another something, another wood or another food? If we're going to get 200 more rations at the next site, we probably don't need more food, right? Because we're going to be at 700 to start. We honestly probably don't need more wool or more wood either. I would rather have more wool. I really thought wool was larger stacks. But the only way we're getting more wool in here is if we manage to exactly use all of the space, which maybe we could do. But I don't trust myself necessarily to figure it out if there is a way to do that. Alright, let's just go ahead and leave. I think this is fine. We're leaving a lot of resources behind. We knew we would be when we converted into hardcore knowledge and experience mode. Alright, so we were planning to go to this one. We could veer off to this side if we wanted, and that would give us a little bit more flexibility. That's a huge amount of stone. Interesting. Getting over here, we'd be coming from the ancient forest. Getting over here requires a lot of meats. Just a lot of food in general. It makes me a little nervous, because we might accidentally eat ourselves out of being able to pay the cost. If we go through the big rainforest halt to here... This one's not too bad. 22 potions is a little harsh, but I think we can make that happen. So maybe the better plan is rainforest to big ancient forest. Or, sorry, to medium secret lakes. I'm just thinking, 675 pepkins plus 360 of each meat is a little scary. 675 pepkins in particular is a little scary. But if we get our rations going, maybe we could still do it. And this cost seems so easy to pay, is the thing. Let's have a look at this. I guess we don't actually know yet. We don't have to make this decision yet, either. Do we want to buy anything here? We might pick this up, but no, nothing else. There's nothing else that's critical. All right, let's do this. All right, so we have a lot of places to grow cereals. Fair amount of pepkins and wood if we just settle down like right here or right here. Let's walk a little further. Okay. So we're looking at spices versus a lot of minerals, and I do really like the lot of minerals plan. We just got to make sure there's actually like deposits around here before we make that call. And we don't actually see anything right now. I wish I could settle on the bog. Is there an upgrade for that one? Hills, jungles, no, not really. Well, all right. Let's cross this bog. I wanna look over this way. It really is not a very large halt, is it? We were told that, but even so, I am surprised. I'm surprised by the degree of not largeness. So I guess when we settle, we really care more about pepkins than wood, because we have a sawmill. Let's have a look over here. Maybe we're in a place where we're considering settling like right up against the edge of the map. There's a lot of pepkins here. And I'm not allowed to settle in this bog, huh? Well, I guess we put down right there. Right there or right here? Probably right here. We unfold our camp right there. Yeah. This is how we will do it. And we're pretty close to these. Alright, so first things first. Where is my builder? You. Set up a camp. We don't actually need any scouts. Let's have Vivam set up the bakery. It matters exactly 0 where we do that. This will be fine. Chuki. Who was the farmer? Was it you? Yes, it was you. Okay. You go and set up the farm. Does it matter? Are these all the same? They are all the same. Alright, just set up the farm close to the bakery. And then the other two... I don't know. Just run around. So we have very limited stone resources. We have 200 ore here and 300 total stone. That is tough to deal with. We would have to build nothing. Or we would have to construct a market. Now, both of these halts are big, so we're more likely to be able to put together a lot of resources here. Maybe it is better to head this way and then just try to put together the food which we might be able to do in that location. We definitely have enough spices. There's lots and lots of spices here. Yeah, the path to the rainforest just seems... It seems difficult. I'm a little scared there, but I think this is right. Alright, so we have two people who can't work. What do we want you to do? You are going to probably stay right where you are, because your job will be to gather wood. And then who else is not working? Taifu's not working. Taifu may also just be gathering wood? I don't know. I guess both of you can just stay put, really? Okay. As soon as we're done setting up, one of them's going to go grab that pack animal, that's for sure. Alright, Pili is engineer level 1. I think we got so much mobile stuff set up so quickly, I wonder if this is even valuable. I'm just going to go for... We're going to go really deep on knowledge this game. Alright, so one of you is on pack beast duty. The other one is on wood gathering. You can start cooking, and we want to save pepkins. We want to go to the next place with a ton of pepkins, if we can. Okay. And Pili should probably set up another building, right? Oh. Oh, we didn't actually buy the camp upgrade. Sorry, so Pili can now work. I set up the wrong camp. Now we have both of the camps up and upgraded, which is, I think, the right thing to do. Alright, so what we definitely need to do at some point here is set up this dispensary. So we're going to need a quarry, and we're going to need to set up, of course, our pasture. I guess set up the pasture here? Uh-oh. It's going to add meat. Well, we were going to have to figure out how to do meat anyway, because we're going to need it at the next place. So, we'll just get that started here. Damaged Path is going to strike fear into my heart every time we see it, for the rest of forever. Alright, you returned that. Now your job is to gather pepkins, probably. We're going to need a ton of them. We're also going to need, now, it is becoming clear, a hunting lodge. We don't necessarily need a cookhouse, but we do need a hunting lodge. So... what does it take to build a mobile mine? You know what? I'm not going to build a mobile mine. We're going to build a permanent mine, because we won't be able to carry a mobile mine anyway. We can break these. That's not a big deal. We have way more spices than we need. Okay, 200 game is not a big deal. Yes, Taifu is the right one for this. I do wish that the grower and the stone gatherer looked a little bit more distinct. I'm not even sure what the grower is supposed to be. I think the stone gatherer is an axolotl. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how distinct the animals look. Oh no! Ooh. That could be really bad. Well, there's definitely no way we can leave before this happens, so we are getting damaged pathed. We might want to, we might want to pursue some of these upgrades really early. I mean, I guess this doesn't really help much with the gathering of the ore. That said... Well, you know, and also this is a building that's not coming with us. I'm not going to bother buying this then. Chuki is farmer, level 1. Chuki, you need to bring in more cereal. We are definitely in need of more cereals. A couple of damaged paths in a row can put you in a really rough spot, though. Alright, 150 is doable. It's definitely doable. A collapse. A random building loses 80 HP. Okay. We're pulling a lot of vagaries here. Taifu is minor, level 1. We need... See, this doesn't really help with getting more ore, because this is just, you pull it out of the ground faster, but we definitely need to like, get to this as quickly as possible. And then crosses a mountain, it costs less. Okay. Yeah, so I guess let's take this. I don't really think we need bonus ore per cycle. Where is the new caravan? Right there. I'm gonna have Pilly return these resources, and then he can be the one to go and meet. Alright, we'll deal with that in a second. A Trapper 1 skills. You know, honestly, maybe. We're doing okay on food right now. Oh, maybe we should take this, though. We really do need more ore than it looks like we're going to be able to get easily. I'm going to take this. Alright. Back to work. Yeah, I feel a lot better with us having more minerals. We might actually be able to build some of the mobile stuff that we were talking about earlier. Alright, so we'll let you finish doing that. Okay. So we're talking about a mobile hunting lodge. We need stone. Oh, hey, the building that lost 80 HP was the mine. That's actually really nice. Let's have Pilly build this boy. We probably don't need these pepkins. We have so many pepkins over here, right? Yeah, 600, 500, 600. If we put this any further away, it's going to be incredibly slow to gather the stone. I'm going to do it here. And for the moment, you can take over this job, I guess? Want to make sure we're getting as much build XP on Peely as possible. We have gotten really lucky with our building damage. It has always fallen on the thing that we don't need. What else do we want to build? We're not ready for the hunting lodge yet. Is there anything else that we want to build right now? Is the question. I think the answer is no. We could unpack the sawmill. But where would I put it? I mean, I guess we don't really need... Maybe I don't need to. Oh, but our sawmill has all those upgrades, right? We should probably put it down and just let it gather for us. You know what? We're not going to need all the cereals on this map. Alright, you can get over here and start doing this. We have somebody who's actually a pretty good trapper. Oh, it was Peely. Wait, did I build the wrong building? I did. I totally built a permanent hunting lodge. I think I got it in my head a little bit. I mean, this is fine. And honestly, we might not have had the carry space to bring another hunting lodge with us anyway. Or to bring another mobile building with us anyway. This is probably not where this would have been best built. Although, actually, maybe it is. We could have overwritten one of the fields, I suppose. I'm going to let you keep working on this. Alright, engineer level 2. I think we're cutting construction costs. And then you go trap. And we should assign you to saw from here, probably. Alright, so let's get that figured out. Then we gotta figure out still our dispensary issue. Somebody has to gather all these spices. So how expensive is a dispensary? Do we want to do a mobile version? Honestly, it's not bad. And we probably don't want to do the mobile, because again, we probably can't carry it. So actually, sorry, Peely, I gave you bad intel. You need to go and build one of these. And probably I'm going to build it right here. It not being adjacent to the spices won't matter because this is still only a single turn of movement. Pupils do move a little bit more slowly while carrying resources, but they still have 2 movement points, so that won't matter. Okay, now go do this thing. And we are actually solid on wood for a minute, so go do that. And I think we're in okay shape here. So we need to end up with... Oh, we got drudgery incoming. Trapper. We do not want people to be trappers in 6 turns. Okay. We're going to have Peely return a single load of game meat here and then go meet the other caravan. It was nice of them to come right over to him. Upgrading the camp again would cost us... We can afford that. So we can take on another person if we want. And I think food-wise we'll be fine. Pip, an Architect 1, is willing to join you if you give them 70 wood and 70 pepkins. I think that's okay. We have a lot of pepkins here. Yeah, this is fine. Alright, so Pip comes in as a level 1 Architect, and I don't see any reason to take this, honestly, so... Alright, and Pip has no experience with anything else. So Peely, just move back here, don't actually become a trapper yet. And... new guy... Go gather pepkins, I guess. Okay. Now, back to trapping. Back to good, honest trapping. Oh, I do have to actually buy the camp upgrade, don't I? There we go. I think this is going all right. Okay, so we probably want to just pack this up. And then, honestly, we might not need any more wool for the duration of this halt. So I don't know what we're going to do with you, Taifu. Actually, that's not true. I do know what we're going to do with you. You're going to go gather pepkins. Alright, so Vivam is a baker level 2. Gingerbread is more likely to be useful to us than breaded fish, although actually, we know we're going to have to set up... We can bring as much meat as we will need for the next thing with us, but we will definitely need to fish at the next place. So, I'm gonna... But does that mean that's probably gonna mean I don't want to spend fish at the next place. Yeah, we'll take this. Alright, and additional efficiency on all recipes, obviously, is nice. Okay. Humidity and water rising. Water is going to accelerate. That's a shame. So it looks like it's put them on over... Oh no, this is the humidity. Crossing a bog or a jungle makes a pupil unwell. Unable to dry fish or meat, pupils have stopped harvesting them. Okay, so we don't want to hang around past that, probably. But we have time. We have plenty of time. And this is not great. But I think we're going to have our resources together pretty soon. Okay, Pilly brings back 50 meat per harvest cycle, so that's pretty great. We are probably going to want to buy at least one more backpack to carry the meat. Alright, do we want to do anything else before we leave? Like, do we want to do any more setup? Are there any other buildings we want to build? Probably not. Again, I'm really worried about carrying capacity. We do have one spare Ruffalo. Or Rhinophilo, sorry. We do have one spare Rhinophilo. Oh, Pip's puny. I didn't actually look at Pip's traits. Takes double damage from fire. He is made of paper. You know, like even metaphorically, this is still a weird way to describe a person. And then puny, that's a problem. Well, just bring a lot of spices with us. We'll make potions over on the other side. So that's a reason not to stick around too much. Pip slowly bleeding. Oh, cereals are depleted. You may as well unpack that just right next to you. So in 2 turns here, we're going to be able to leave. A fire. We should probably just leave before the fire hits. So now the question. What can we get done of value in the couple of turns we have left? We're not actually going to get any cooking done, so hanging around any more time is depleting food. You know what? Let's just go now. We can go now. Let's just go now. Maybe I was too worried about space. It doesn't look that bad. It's like we'll put a little bit of wood in here. We're carrying a lot of pepkins with us, which we definitely needed to do. Oh, hold on. This is 4 vertical? Yeah, that's awkward. Let's do this, I guess. This Rhinophilo is not ideal either. I guess we can take a bunch of wool. We wanna carry the 50 meat forward as well. Want to make sure we take all of our pepkins. That feels very sloppy. There's got to be a way to compress that. So we should be able to take more food than this. If we It's a shame this is meat and not fish. If we do that, that doesn't help. That didn't do anything. We still have the same... Yeah, we still have a really awkward distribution of spaces here. I just want to jam in a couple, like one more thing of rations. Is probably all we can really afford to do. I guess I can shift this now. If we put this up here, and we put the meat... That doesn't... It is really awkward to create a 3x1 here. Something like that, maybe? Well, sorry, pepkins, right? This still doesn't quite solve the problem. Because I don't want to be eating pepkins when we arrive. We need 675 for the next movement after this. I gotta rearrange these buildings. These buildings are taking up awkward amounts of space. There's too many lost spaces here. And then we're probably just gonna stop immediately at the next halt. We're not gonna set up because I have allowed things to spiral out of control time-wise. How could we compress this a little bit better? Oh, no, wait, that doesn't quite work. I'm trying to, we could set these up in such a way... What shape is the meat? The meat is the wrong... It's the wrong L. The thing we did last time wasn't horrible, but I'm not convinced we can't do better. So if we were to set this up like this... Maybe like that. That does still leave 2 dead spaces. We could leave all of the rocks of all kinds behind. So let's just bring all of this stuff. But again, this is just like a tremendous amount of empty space. And I wouldn't mind bringing the ore. I'm not necessarily attached to the ore, but there's got to be a way we can get more food out of this. Out of this arrangement. Maybe it's fine. I know that watching me play inventory Tetris here is probably not the most fascinating thing in the universe. So what, we'll have 300 rations when we unpack, thanks to that thing we bought. If we were to back up and buy a level of backpack before leaving, it wouldn't actually help us carry anything of value. I think we'll be okay just doing it like this. Okay, so from here, we have no choice, but we're preparing. We are already preparing. Oh, interesting. There's close to no wood in canyons, but they're filled with different kinds of stone and a lot of rhinophilos. So over time, we will learn what the different terrain types yield. So let's have a look at the little bit of our new space we can see. Well, there's certainly a lot of spices. We will have no problem making potions. We have fine fish, which is not actually helpful. And of course, what is this called? Ancient forest. I knew this from the tutorial. An ancient forest is going to have a lot of remains and maybe even sacred sites. So there's going to be a lot of rolling the dice here. Hopefully we can get a little bit lucky with our rewards. But I think that is going to have to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time on Monday, hopefully we'll be able to guide this tribe to a slightly more successful end than we did for the last one. And we'll see you then.